Good morning. I'm out trying to get some lovely fall images this morning, and it's about half an hour after sunrise because I couldn't be here before sunrise. It just, with the driving, too much work. But I've only gone like 30 meters from my car, and I already don't know where I am because these maps are very confusing. But I'm hopeful to get some cool images this morning. So the trail I'm at this morning is also really good for mountain biking. So I'm a little nervous that I might be in the way, but I'm going to be super careful, not block the trail, and be super aware of my surroundings because I don't want to upset anybody or cause any accidents. But yeah, this place is really cool because it's an old mine. I'm not sure what kind of mine, but I will look into it, and if I see, I'll let you know. But it's an old mine, and there's some really cool old ponds here that they've filled in with water since the mine's no longer active. And the colors are nice and turquoise and blue. So my thinking is if there's any fall colors around these blue lagoons, can make some really nice contrasting colors and some really nice images. So in terms of location on the map, I still have no idea where I am, but I have come across a scene that I think can make a nice image. Actually, maybe even two or three. So the first composition I have framed up is of a tree across this beaver pond from me. And it's quite nice because it is lit up right now by the sun, but all the trees behind it, the big tall pine trees, are still kind of cast in shadows. And then this tree that's lit up has lots of green leaves and some yellow ones that are starting to poke through. So shooting a vertical image with an exposure of 1/60th of a second, f10, ISO 160, it's a great little shot to sort of get my creative juices flowing this morning. So I've moved a whole 10 feet from that previous composition. So the composition I'm working with now is this tiny little island here with a cluster of trees. That's the tree I was shooting before, but now this is my subject. And it's been a little bit tough because the way the foliage is on shore here next to me, I'm kind of trying to frame it up so nothing's obscuring the sightline with the island, which is proving tough, but I think I've found a little hole where I can shoot through. And yeah, the image is quite nice. You can see the whole island, which has some nice lighting on it. There's more shadows behind it. And there's no real fall colors, but it's quite nice. And you can see the reflection of the island as well as the trees in the still pond in front of it. And yeah, it's quite simple. I'm shooting at 1/100th of a second, f13, ISO 160. And yeah, it's a simple image. I think it's quite nice. Well, I've gotten some images I'm quite happy with. Now I just need to try and get to the place I'm trying to get to, but I'm still lost. I'll just follow some trails aimlessly, I suppose. After walking down this four-wheeler trail that I thought turned into the trail I wanted to be on, it's been 42 minutes, and I have decided that I'm going to turn around and try to get to some different trails because I don't think this is leading me to the nice turquoise water. Took me 12 minutes, but I have reached proper trails now. I'm off the four-wheeler trail. Now we have signs. So this is where I should have been all along. Well, this is more promising. I've reached the ponds, although this one's not particularly interesting. I will carry on. Based on other pictures and stuff I've seen online, I really thought there'd be more fall colors here and more little sporadic islands with trees sort of in the middle of these ponds, which is not the case. So I don't know if I'm on the wrong trail, but it's incredibly pretty to look at. All the birch trees with nice yellow golden leaves, but really, I'm not really seeing much to take images of. successfully found the turquoise water. It's hard to tell without a polarizer, but that's very turquoise. I'm just kind of struggling. I don't have the luxury of being in exactly the right place at exactly the right time every day for photography, so I just get out when I can. But I feel like the leaves here might be a bit better in a week or two, but they're all birch leaves, so they don't really tend to go much more yellow than this. But I'm still trying to find a composition, even just if there was one red tree. Or just a super distinct tree with lighting or shapes or something. But nothing just yet. This is where I'm going to make my last stand, I think, for this morning in terms of photography. We have some nice green trees, some turquoise water, which would really come out probably with a polarizer if I put on, and then some yellow leaves. And I don't know, there could be an image here. I'll give it some more time. Well, if you watched last week's video, you heard me whining and complaining about my drone not being able to work on my phone. Turns out, on some more research, DJI no longer supports Google Pixel phones, so even though my phone is only one generation old, which is ridiculous, it no longer works. So I have a very expensive piece of technology that I can no longer use unless I bum my phone off of my partner. So that's what I had to do for those shots. And I'm still not going to convert to iPhones though. So DJI better step up their game, because I'm getting frustrated with that. I've been looking around here for quite a while now. Not super inspired. The one thing, which I'm not even sure if it'll work, but I'm going to give it a shot. You can see some grass here submerged in the water, which looks really interesting. And then there's really nice reflections. And although there's nothing super interesting or attention capturing in this scene, I think it could be nice if I put on a polarizer, try and take an image where you can see the aquatic vegetation in the foreground and then the reflection in the background. And I'm going to try that now. Well, I've lined up a composition. It's just okay, barely. In the foreground, you can see some of the grass sort of through the reflection of the water. And then there's kind of some dead space in the middle of the image, which is just still water. And then you get some reflections from the trees and the trees themselves. And I have my polarizer on, and I'm shooting at half a second, f/16 ISO 160, and that seems to give the best exposure to not blow out all the highlights totally, but still be bright enough that you can see the grass through the water. And I spent a lot of time just setting this up, and I'm not even convinced it's worth taking the image, so I'm going to share it with you guys. And let me know if you think there's any redeeming qualities in this image or not. But, well, I have it now, and now I've figured out how to take images of grass through water, so if I ever have to do that again, I'll have a better idea of how to do it. Well, I'm going to end the video here. The sun's fully up now, it's getting warm. There's less fall colors than I had hoped for, and I think my favorite images of this morning were actually the ones I took at the very beginning when I was on the wrong trail. They just had the most fall vibes to them. And then this image I just captured now, I'm not particularly happy with. I'm happy I took it, but it's by no means a good image. Yeah, so please let me know in the comments if you think that image was even worth capturing or if it has any redeeming qualities to it. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.